Hi Pisces, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Pisces, this is your love reading starting today on the 4th of November. I just want to say that when you get this message, when you see this message, it might not actually be on the day when I'm recording it because I still have technical difficulties, technical issues, and I do hope that it's turning around as of today. So with that said, Mystical Wisdom deck, I'm using it to just get one overall card for your overall love story, what's going on with you right now, Pisces. So it flipped but didn't come out. Self-reliance, don't be afraid to fly solo. So let's see if we're going to get something more about that. Bit dry there. So, wow, again flipped. Face your fears, release the power of fear. It's like a little mini story comes out without coming out. So maybe there's, for just a few people, considering leaving a relationship, but not like really knowing if you should or not, and facing your fears about it. So what's the overall message here? Overall for, I don't know what's up with the cards today. It's like they're stuck. So interesting. Do you feel stuck, Pisces? I don't think I've ever had that feeling from the deck before. Like that, like it's like I have to pull them out. So maybe it's a bit tough to talk to your partner, to talk to your loved ones in your surroundings. It's like you have to pull the information out of them. Wow, what's going on? This is so interesting. It's also magnetized. There you go. Felt magnetized. Knowledge. Seek knowledge. This is getting more information. This is sort of a lot of different scenarios. We have different family situations, different love situations, different love stories. Something that has been in the past, something that's coming in the future. But you gather some knowledge, you gather wisdom over the years in terms of your love story. So that's interesting. It's a very, very broad message there. So the basis of Pisces love story, please. The basis. Using the Psychic Tarot for the Heart with John Holland. The basis for Pisces, please, for their love story. First card out. Second card. Cool. So the first card, number 7, awaiting results. So this card is about, like, first and foremost, we have to see that you've done a lot of work. Like, you've done a lot of, it's like you've grown a lot within yourself. You've done, like, your path has been about improving yourself and getting, like, to the better version of yourself. And it's like you're waiting around. This card is all about, like, waiting around for an improved situation in terms of your love life. Like, for instance, you've been together with somebody, you've been seeing somebody, and you've been broken up. And in the betterment of yourself, you start to see improvement in your surroundings. And so the very person that it was so-and-so working out with is going to work out a whole lot better with, because you improved, and so that they will improve if they want to. We always have free will, so you can always attract more versions, more aspects out of a person than that one version, right? So there's an upgrade happening here, but it's like you're wondering if it's too soon to tell. So if this is some of you guys attracting somebody back, and maybe this is what came out, like what flipped, what was also like I'm not going to spend too much time on it because it flipped, but it didn't come out. So it's not for the general masses, but for some of you, this is really important. And so I'm just going to take some moment to speak about it. And so maybe you're thinking about like, should I leave this relationship or should I not leave this relationship? You feel fearful of, maybe you feel fearful of leaving it, but maybe you're more fearful that if you stay, it won't change. The thing is that to not look at your person, to not look for the change in your person or in the other, but rather look for it in yourself. And you might need some time out. You might need some time to yourself to figure that out. And if you've been single for a while, like this is for all, if you've been single for a while and you've been wanting to attract a person that you saw in the past, and that person is coming back, or even, you know, new people, same name, different name, different face, different clothing, different address, you know, different country maybe even, but the same type of vibe, like the same type of energy, then you need to know that there's a bit more work to be done. Like we want this golden color, like the groundwork is done here. You've done tremendous work on yourself, Pisces. It's leading all the way up to this golden heart, this golden apple of yours. So the work is done. Clothing, questionable. You might want to shift those clothes. But there's a bit more to travel. It's a bit more to find out. So it's almost like you just have to see. It's almost like you need to, if you feel good, you feel really good about yourself, you feel like you come a long way, you feel like you're starting to really love yourself. The focus is to love yourself and to feel worthy, feel that worthiness within yourself. Then the rest comes down to like, if you start to attract people into your life and they still show like the old ways, you're not quite there yet. So then just take another step back and just sort of continue to work on yourself. And then when the timing is right, they're going to be there, the up and improved version of them. But we, at the same time as we have awaiting results, we have a number 7, and numerology wise, that is all about it being done. It might be where you're at, like we put all the beautiful ingredients together, you really know what you like, and so you know what makes the most perfect cake. You put it together and you put it in the oven. And I think this like is towards the end of the waiting period, where you're waiting to take the cake out and enjoy it. It's a red border, so we're speaking about laying a new foundation. We can go deeper and find out what this is really about. And then we have number 5, a black border, so it's a connection in with the universe. It says teach. 5 is all about overcoming obstacles, and I feel like you have overcome them already. This is a change in your life path, can be. Definitely speaking about change, speaking about life path, and sometimes it's even a change in your life path. And this is when you sort of gathered enough information, like literally you've done so much on yourself. It's like sometimes you're the student and sometimes you're the teacher. Whatever the moment calls for, if that makes sense. Like whatever, if you have a person in front of you and they really want your advice on this love relationship, and sometimes you feel so much like you're the student, you're reading up on it, you're trying to understand yourself, you're trying to you try to figure out this whole relationship thing and almost what's expected of you. And sometimes you're just a teacher, teaching through the clarity of your example, like teaching through, like walking your walk. Like you're the example that people want to take after. And I feel like sometimes you feel like you're the most perfect teacher for the peeps. And then sometimes I feel like you think, I have nothing to share. I have nothing to say. We have a dog there, which speaks about loyalty, friendship, trustworthiness, unconditional love. So the basis here is really beautiful. So we're gonna go deeper and find out more about what's going on in your love story using the Fairy Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue. What else can we go deeper and find out? Pisces. Thank you. We have a very interesting energy in the air because of the election is going on as we speak. Do we think there's a Biden win? Queen of Spring, Princess of Winter, and Seven of Autumn. So we have like the whole seasons going on here. A lot of with the pumpkin there. So this is going deeper in these cards. And so just give me a moment here. And I have a couple love there. So it's very much about your journey towards your person. I don't get too much about if you're already in a committed relationship. It feels more like if you're single or solo, or just, if it is, it's like you're having it's like then you're under the same roof as somebody else, as your significant other, and but it's not like I'm very dark here when the window is right behind me and it's very sunny out. It's more about your journey walking next to your person than rather with them right now. It's almost like you're having an individual journey of something, letting go of certain things, improving of certain things. So we have this Princess of Winter. I feel like this is where you came from, and you're all grown up, because we have the little beautiful, I don't know which card that is, but we have like a little beautiful child in an indigo dress, and she has a white little baby tiger, which is the cutest thing you ever saw. And here you're all grown up and you have a cheetah with you. And the bottom says information that can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. Pisces, I just feel like this is a very changing moment in your life. There is this indigo vibe, like you're very intuitive, your origin is very special. And this, like, just finding the love for yourself, tending to yourself, caring for yourself. Pisces, you're all about like caring for everybody else. You're not too often leaving too much room for yourself to grow and expand and nurture yourself. If there's anybody else that you can tend to and care for, you will. And I think you're, with this card, and this is a bit more past tense. This is a bit more in the past, I feel. With this card is about slowly starting slowly starting to walk away from your chores. I don't know if I can call them chores. Like commitments. Commitments is what I want to say. You're slowly starting to walk away from your commitments. So if there's been a lot of commitments to other people, to maybe family members, to your work-related situation, so in the past, it's like one by one, it has loosened its grip. It's like you don't have to tend so much to other things anymore. So that creates room for you to grow within yourself. And at first glance, it might be a bit tough. At first glance, it's like, ooh, all of this information and all this energy pointed towards me. I don't know. I don't know if I'm comfortable here. I don't know if I want to deal with this stuff. Can we just aim the camera, aim the focus on somebody else again, so it feels like you can relax a bit with your stuff that is going on inwardly. This is to prepare yourself for this relationship. Is to prepare yourself to really be able to let in this type of gorgeous relationship. So the improvement is happening, like you're shifting within yourself. And then we have yet another 7 there. Have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time or money. And I feel like this is the major, like you're sitting there as a butterfly. This is my fairy deck. So usually you come out as a fairy if you're sort of any type of animal. And so it's very rare to see you as a butterfly. So it speaks about huge transformation, and it has happened during the pumpkin season. So like around the autumn, we had the 7 of autumn. You completed it. You are completing it. It's so perfect with this first basic card. And I guess like we did ask for this going deeper, so it is the same thing. But it's like talking about how the transformation has happened during the autumn time, but with the number 7 there, we're closing in, like we're in the waiting period of just see the cake being like baked, getting ready. So there's nothing more for you to do. You put all the ingredients together. Like when you put the cake in the oven, you don't constantly take it out and mess with it or add another thing or try to withdraw something from it. Detract, abstract. You say how you take something out of it. Deduct. But that's anyway. Yeah, pumpkin season. You really are getting there. The transformation within is really happening and has been happening during the autumn for you, the fall. And now you're stepping into, it's like come winter or come summer in the southern hemisphere, you're going to sort of see it's. I understand we can never be like a done deal. You're never going to be a done deal. You're always constantly going to continue to grow and continue to expand, right? But there is a major shift that has happened within you that's going to shift so many other things. And so it's like, it says have patience and don't worry. I feel like this is more like be patient with yourself. And as I look at it now with this card, I see this dragonfly. So the dragonfly, yes, we're talking about transformation. And I think for most people, it's underlying, we know we're talking about spiritual shifts. But as I'm looking at it, right there is a little dragonfly. So it speaks about big spiritual transformation. And then we have this Queen of Spring. Believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you maintain a balance between work and home life. So this is exactly the energy that I picked up on. It's like the balance between, it says balance between work and home life, but I think this is more in alignment with finding that balance between when you tend to other people and want to overextend your own energy and your own time for other people, and when you tend to yourself. This is also like a growing up. It's a very grown up energy. It's a very mature energy. It's like we're all grown up now. You're becoming so much wiser. You're so laying a new foundation there for yourself. We had that with this foundational card, with laying your foundation with the red border, and here we really are talking about a red border, and you're completely dressed in red there, lady in red. Believe in yourself, feel that worthiness, and you're looking at a cup of love. You're looking at a cup of love. It's like you're pondering it, you're considering it. You consider walking into a new relationship. So it's not even a done deal that you feel ready for it, that you feel, of course I'm going to step into this new beautiful relationship. And I think, of course, there isn't, of course. I just think that you might want a bit more time to grow. So what else can we give Pisces in their love story, please? Their love story, what do they need to know? 12. So that's masculine energy. And it's so many, wow, it's so much about being different versions of yourself, having been different versions of yourself, and sort of stepping into this most awesome. That's my little son out playing. He's like overexcited at times. Maybe you picked that up. It's like we have 4 different versions of you here. It's like you try different things, you try different versions of yourself. But what it comes down to is that you're in alignment with that rainbow energy there. It speaks about how your chakras is all in alignment. We have those beautiful blue stars behind you. There's a strong connection in with your star family is what I'm feeling. There could be like the essence of the person coming in, like a soulmate connection coming in from your star family. A lot of symbolism going on in your life. Coming from solar plexus means you are like growing in your solar plexus, meaning feeling more worthy, feeling more self-confident, feeling more like you can trust yourself and have faith in yourself. And so that like it's so interesting because I talk about it in a way like, okay, we're trying these different, like you're improving yourself, and so you can attract other new versions of other people. But here it's so obvious that it's you attracting new versions of yourself first, and understanding that probably all of us are a bit schizophrenic in a general term. Like, we have so many different sides to ourselves, so we have just decided that this is the main role that I'm going to play, and at any given moment you can decide to change that. With the number 12 there, it's like it's calling for a bit more structure, a bit more planning, a bit more control, if you will. Not to control the circumstances that you cannot control, but control your own emotions, control your own feelings. To have a little more discipline and a little more masculine energy to sort of sort things out. Be a bit more strategic with your... it's an interesting thing to say, especially to Pisces. You are such an emotional person, and you go by feeling as soon as you can. You go by feeling. Like you listen in. You're such an intuitive species. And we have observes. It's like pay attention, listen to what's going on. But it calls for a bit more masculine structure. That's interesting. So can we go deeper and find out? And what directly is this? Directly linked to the love story. Number 8, justice. So yeah, it's okay. Thank you. It's like take. Oh, I can just show you because I can read it. Take time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. So I just feel like the winning part. I mean, it is speaking a little bit about, like, we have a Libra placement here somewhere. Karma restored, some sort of justice is being returned to you. Whatever you sent out in the past is now coming back, and it's coming back it's coming back in a good way. But this fair and what did it say? Fair and objective decisions. It's to you, it's for you. We have like a twin situation playing out there. So it's versions, different versions of yourself. You're constantly growing, constantly expanding. And I do not know why. I've learned to trust over the years to just say, if something comes to mind, or if I'm being given something, even how silly it is or how silly it sounds, I trust that there might be some information for you. So I just remembered that I dreamt about Brad Pitt last night. I dreamt about Brad Pitt, and it was a really beautiful dream. It was quite passionate, to be honest. And it was helping. He was having this, of course this is not, I have no idea if this is true. He was having this home where 8, maybe that's why I got reminded of it, because we have a number 8 there. That's why I remember it was like activating the dream again. That's so interesting because we have a number 8 there. So 8 speaks about like what I said. What you're sending out is coming back. What you're sending out is coming back. That's the karma of it. It's also that's endless possibilities. I haven't forgotten about the Brad Pitt dream. Infinity, endless possibilities. What you've been sending out is coming back. Brad Pitt had 8 people, ranging from like a young woman that was not doing well. She had really been like hurt in her life, and none other association with her than just helping her out. So he had like a little house. He had like a little house where he cared for 8 people and really taking care of them. And he was like, yeah, no, not too many people know about this, but these people in here, like I really care for them and they're very special. I don't know, guys, Pisces, I am inspired to tell you that. And so maybe that's significant for you somehow, some way, with that story of the 8 people, with people being nurtured or tended to. Brad Pitt. I don't know. What this again is talking about, because I asked like, what is this like? So this version, different versions of you. So it's interesting because we have 4 other different versions of you here, and then the 5th one is like the major one. So this is the change. This is the change of life path. This is sort of when you're deciding to step into this new role, this new version of you. And like what, and I asked, what does that like immediate, what is the immediate connection there with the love story? Is that you will attract somebody that is completely like you. It almost looks like twins. And if you want to use the word twin flame, sure, go ahead. I rather prefer soulmate, but it's being mirrored. It's being shown. They're showing up being very, very similar to you. Because whatever good you're sending out, good is going to come back. I'm going to go deeper and find out more about this beautiful love story in the extended. So if you feel like you resonate with this story, then if you feel like it, please come to the extended. It's the link in the description box down below. If not, thank you so much for watching, Pisces, and I hope to see you back soon. Take care, guys. Bye.